Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Yahweh and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Alright, today's topic right here from BBC, alright, it reads, New York declares state of emergency over polio. Alright, so this is a thing that's been in the news a little bit if you type in polio outbreak, alright, as you can see I did earlier. Alright, we got New York declares state of emergency over polio outbreak. Ho Chul declares polio state of emergency for New York. Polio virus detected in more wastewater near New York City. Alright, New York declares state of emergency as polio continues to spread. Let's see what else we got here. Alright, declares a disaster over the polio outbreak. Here we go. Spate of polio outbreaks worldwide put scientists on alert. Alright, let's grab that one too. Let's see, New York polio case is the tip of the iceberg. Hundreds of others could be infected, health officials say. Here's another one. Alright, there you go. I mean, they're saying you might need a booster, but it's odd. It's odd, because I'm pretty sure almost everyone's been stabbed up with that. I mean, at least, you know, if you're around, you know, my age in your 20s, you know, your mid-20s, because they required it early in school. They required it. You couldn't even go to school if you didn't have it. All right, unless you were homeschooled. But yeah, they required it. It's one of those things that you had to give to your kids. I think it's like that, and then chickenpox jab too, something like that. I know for sure you had to have the polio, I believe. So yeah, so no. Here we go again. All right, and if y'all ever played, I'd make a joke. You know, I'm not gonna make that joke. I was gonna, you know, San Andreas joke. Hey, if you know, you know. Anyway, you know, New York declares state of emergency over polio. All right, so this is what, like round? I don't even know what round we're at anymore. All right, because we were at what? We had polio before that. There was rumors of hell, I don't even remember what was before polio, man. There was something. It was there was something. I believe there was something after the Jungle Bumps. All right, the Curious George. All right, the monkey. You know. All right. There's something after that, I believe. There might not have been. And then before that, of course, we had the well, before that they said there was an Ebola outbreak, and before that, you know, was the CV-19. All right, so hey, you know. There's been numerous little ones sprinkled in there, so, you know, hey, man, this is prophesied, man. It's prophesied, all right? Let's go ahead and grab it just right off the bat, all right? Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, all right? And everything you see in the scripture is happening right now, all right? And will continue to happen and only get worse and worse and worse. We're in a low-level state of this right now, all right? But this is going to get amplified, all right? It's turning up the knob. All right, Matt. So right now, you know, we're probably about a 2, because before we didn't really have none of this. All right, so now we're on 2. All right, and that's still a very low number. All right, but now you're starting to see them. All right, wait until this gets cranked up to 11. All right, Matthew 24:7. That's why we gotta stay prayed up. You know, Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation. All right, something should come immediately to your mind when you hear that. All right, the war in Russia and Ukraine. All right, so hey. Kingdom against kingdom, again, same thing. And there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. And you know what? The thing is, you know, even if you don't, like, you know, don't have the mind, all right, to have this open to you. All you actually have to do, all right. But the Most High won't put the Spirit on you to do that. All you'd have to do is this: famines. Alright, we'll get rid of the S, alright? Just type in famine, alright? Video Nutrition Center providing help as famine looms in Somalia. Famine threatens East Africa. Somalia. The potato... that was a thing that happened way back. We talked about that. Africa, Somalia. What else we got? Let's go 10 days. Alright, Somalia. This thing in Somalia has been going on for a bit. Alright, Madagascar. Climate change need not be the harbinger of global famine. Somalia, South Sudan. Somalia amid global food crisis sparked by the Ukraine war. Let's go even further back. Alright, Ethiopian. Yeah, apparently they're not doing so great in Ukraine either. I think there was rumors of them, eating dead corpses, cannibalism. Farming food, new signs of apocalypse, war, famine, in Davos, man, whatever that, I don't know what that is, but war and famine, yeah. Yemen. Go back some more. That's speaking of, for something else. Kenya. Famine in other nations. Hey, come on now. Why is it just cutting us off? Huh. Still connected to internet and everything. This from 2020. All right, so even a couple years back, because 2019 is when it really started hitting. All right, when shit really started hitting the fan. So hey, look, like I said, you looked that up. All right, now let's look up. Well, we don't even have to look up pestilences. It's right here. All right, all throughout the news. All right. Let's see. Earthquakes. Let's grab earthquakes. All right, here we go. It's right on this website. There we go. We got the earthquakes and everything. Alright, so everything that's said. Alright, so everything. You got Matthew 24:7. We got nation rising against nation. Alright, kingdom against kingdom. We got famines. Alright, we got pestilences. We got earthquakes in diverse places, because if I go back, let me go, that's diverse places, not just in one place. Alright, you got them not just in America. Alright, you got them down, South America. Alright. What else? China. Alright. Papua New Guinea. Yeah, that one was huge. Alright, yeah, let's go actually show that real quick. You wanna see that? Let's go show that real quick. If we go right over here, all right, here we go. Alright, so you see it, huh? Right here. Man, so hey.
Tuhan Yesus.
And hey, Most High is tearing it up. Alright. You see earthquakes in diverse places. All these things. Alright, we're seeing it, of course, on a lower level. You think it's bad now. People are freaking out now, saying, oh, it's the worst it's ever been. It's the worst it's ever been. Man, you guys, you know that old song, you ain't seen nothing yet. Alright? So hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. You know? This is, you know, you're seeing something, all right. I'm not putting down the sights of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, of course. I'm just saying on a grand scale of things, you think this is bad now. Oh boy, man, you're gonna shit your pants, man, when you see what actually comes down. All right. So hey, let's read it one more time uninterrupted. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Alright, let's continue on. Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. The beginning, alright, let's grab the term, beginning. The point of time or space when something starts, alright, the dawn, alright, the birth, alright, hey, Genesis, alright. All these are the beginning of sorrows, alright, this is the start, alright. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All right, and this is speaking of, you know, the martyrdom that's going to happen. All right, the FEMA camps. All right. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, and this is, you know, going into Jacob's trouble. People are going to be going door to door, you know, splitting people's wigs open for money, not money, for food. All right, and then, you know, eventually, hey, they're gonna, you know, same time all this stuff's going down. All right, you have the CHIP. All right, the RF to the ID. All right, you know, which is the mark of the beast. All right, that they're going to implement. All right, well, first it's going to be optional, then it's going to be mandatory. All right, but hey, this is all prophesied to go down. All right, this is all prophesied to go down. The major prophecies, the only major prophecies that we're waiting on, all right, is two. All right, and that is one, the you know, the RF to the ID, the MOTB to be implemented. All right. And then Yahweh Shai returning, all right, to deliver his elect and, you know, wreak havoc on these heathen nations as well as the 2/3 of Israel. All right, that's what we're waiting on. All right, and of course in the midst of that we have the you know, the Jacob's trouble that's going to be happening. All right, all the things that were mentioned. All right, famines. All right, pestilences. All right, earthquakes. All right, love of many waxing cold. So there's going to be, you know, it's going to be a terrible, terrible time. All right. 2nd Esdras 16:1 through 16:5. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. All right, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. All right. A sword is sent upon you. A sword means destruction. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and who is he that may drive it away? All right, and the only person that can drive these things away and turn it back is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and he's not going to do that for Babylon the Great. All right, he's not going to do that because why? Because Babylon is a wicked kingdom ran by wicked people. All right, and is the, you know, it's the kingdom of Esau Edom. All right, as well this whole world, all right, is Esau's dwelling land right now. All right, but they're going to be, you know, pulled out from their dwelling places. All right, and you know, so hey, you know, this place is going to get destroyed. And how? One of the things mentioned is plagues. All right, one of the things mentioned is plagues. And what are we seeing? All right, let's grab Matthew 16:3. Now these would be considered signs. All right. Let's break it down even further. What is a sign? Use gestures to convey information or instruction. That's not what it is. Gesture and action to convey information or instructions is basically what it is. Yeah, okay. An object, quality, or event. This is the one we're looking for. An event whose presence or occurrence indicates the probable presence or occurrence of something else. All right, and what that. So an event. All right, and the events that are taking place. All right, are the large quantities of iniquity going out. All right, famines. All right, pestilences. All right, wars and rumors of wars. All right, nation against nation, earthquakes in diverse places. All right, those are the signs. All right, so those are the events, and their presence or occurrence indicates the probable presence or occurrence of something else. And what is the occurrence of something else? All right, and it's the thing that's indicating the probable presence or occurrence of. All right, is the end of days. All right, the end of days. All right, and inevitably leading up to Yahushua returning with his angels. All right, to deliver his elect, destroy the 2/3. All right, and the heathen nations. All right. And as well as, as the Most High establishing his kingdom. All right? So, well, Esau is going to be the end of the world, and Jacob's going to be the beginning of it that falleth. All right? Because we're going to be in rule. All right? And Esau, Edom, and, the rest of the heathens are going to be in captivity. All right? To pay for what they've done to us. All right? So, that's right here. That's the event whose presence or occurrence is indicating the probable presence of occurrence of something else. That something else being the end of days. All right? So let's grab Matthew 16:3. Speaking of signs of the times, now that we know what sign means, all right? Matthew 16:3. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the time? Now, what does discern mean? And then we'll go back and read this one more time. Discern means to perceive or to recognize something.
Discern.
All right, to distinguish. All right, to make out, to notice, to recognize. All right, to recognize. All right, so it says you can recognize. All right, that if the sky is red and lowering. All right, if there's there's a bunch of it looks like there's going to be a storm. You can tell. Hey, it looks like there's going to be a storm. All right, if there's a big, huge black and gray cloud. All right, and you see it, and there's thunder going down. What would you assume? All right, the first thing that should come to your mind is that it's probably going to rain. All right. Or there's going to be lightning. I believe I said thunder. All right. So yeah, if there's thunder and there's a big gray blackish cloud and there's thunder going on, all right, there's two things that come to mind. There's probably going to be lightning. All right. It's probably going to be rain. All right. You can discern that. All right. Discern. Again, what does discern mean? You can discern that, meaning you can perceive that. You can make that out. You can detect that. Recognize that. You can observe that. All right. You can identify that. All right. But you cannot identify the signs of the times. The signs being, hey, look what we're seeing. All right, wars, rumors of wars. All right, we got the things going on with Russia. All right, you people don't think there's going to be a World War III. All right, and if you do believe that there's going to be a World War III, and here's a news flash, there will be a World War III. If you do believe that, a lot of the time, a lot of these people think that America is going to come out victorious, and that is sorely mistaken. That's sorely mistaken. All right, and that's prophesied directly in Revelation. All right, the beast is going to be overthrown. All right, well, the great whore is going to be overthrown. All right, so hey, the beast being NATO and the EU as well. All right, and they're going to be overthrown as well, ultimately by Yahushua. All right, as well, because they're Edomite rulership. All right, so hey, New York declares state of emergency over polio. All right, let's get that. We already got that. All right, let's move on to over here. All right, so hey, let's read it a little bit. The governor of New York has declared a state of emergency over polio as evidence emerges that the virus is spreading across the state. All right, so hey, remember when the CV-19 thing was, they said it was just spreading a little bit, it wasn't too much to worry about. All right, hey, that's another one. So hey, this could be a distraction. This could be something that actually comes about. All right. Hell, I've already seen people wearing more masks out and about. All right. Health officials say wastewater samples in New York and 4 adjacent counties have tested positive for poliovirus that can cause paralysis. All right. And one of the things you got to ask yourself is why all of a sudden are all these things coming in? Because people are like, "Whoa, somebody messing around. Why all of a sudden are all these viruses breaking out? Why is there all these viruses breaking out?" All right. You got to ask yourself, all right? And if you say, oh, it's people, it's people, you know, you got to say, you got to think, all right? What excuse are you going to make, all right? Because the true answer is the Lord, all right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right? And this is 2022, all right? The current year that we're dwelling in, all right? It's been deemed by the Apostle Tahar as 2022, the year of turning up, all right? Which means the Most High is turning up the flame on this place, all right? He's turning up that switch, all right? That little dial, all right, and making it more comfortable in this place for you Babylonians, all right, as well as for you people that are in the rest of the world as well. It says, although only one case has so far been confirmed, it was the first in the country in nearly a decade. Polio was largely eradicated by the U.S. by those things that began in 1955. By 1979, the U.S. was declared polio-free, all right, and that's a thing. You didn't really see. That's how you know that the CV one's a bunch of bullshit, all right, because you didn't really see a whole bunch of people getting polio, all right. So hey, you know, not saying that there was a good thing in it, all right, but I'm just saying whatever they put in it, it seemed to be effective at least, all right, or they did a good job covering up the cases, all right. But with this new one, that it don't even work. I've known people. There's people in my family that had the unfortunateness of getting it. All right, and they still all end up getting it. All right, and then here we are, you know, brothers and sisters in truth, and we didn't get it, or at least you shouldn't have got it. All right, and we you know, we still ended up getting it too. So what's if we got it and we didn't take the thing, all right, and they got it and they took the thing? What's the point of taking the thing? You know, hey, because there was an ulterior motive behind these things. All right. We already seen there's the vials had 1, 2, or 3 labeled on them. All right, one was just saline, all right, which is just salt water, all right, placebo. The second one was the MRN, and then MRN. Let me see if I can find one. All right, if I can highlight this, the MRN, that thing, all right, which is what they call it, all right. And the MRN, that, all right, so that's what they call it. And then the third one was some type of mutation. I think it was like a gene mutation or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was some type of mutation, all right, that would basically cause cancer, all right, in a few years. And we're already seeing articles. The other day I saw an article that said now young people under 50 there's a whole lot of cancer popping up, and I wonder why. Not only is it the stuff that they're putting in your food and the air, all right, and your water, all right, but hey, I'm sure that has a large chunk of why they're all of a sudden popping up with articles about that. All right, it says by 1979 the U.S. was declared polio-free, but according to the New York officials that are too low and part of the state Friday emergency declared is aiming at boosting flagging this rate, and that's what the thing they're doing right now, people. They tried to get you to get the just imagine there's an E on the end of this. They tried to get that one for the CV19. They tried to make you get one of those for the jungle bumps. They tried to get you. Now they're trying to get you to get one of those for the the polio. All right. They love putting these things out. All right. They make you get one every year for the flu. All right. They back in the day. All right. I had the unfortunate of getting one for what did they call it? The swine flu, the H1N1. I was young. I must have been like 8 or 9. It might have been 10. I don't remember. It might have been 11. I don't know. It's been a long time. But when that whole outbreak was, however old I was, all right, everybody that went to that school had to get it. All right, and at that time I was a kid. I didn't have any say in it, so my parents, basically rolled that through. And I don't even think your parents really had a choice. It was either you did that or your kids got taken out of school. All right, so which I mean, you could have took your kid to school at that point. I probably would have. All right, but hey, so. You never know. You never know these things. All right, that's where prayer comes into play. All right, I'd never willingly go and get one of these things ever. Now, all right. Now, I always thought it was weird why people go and get the flu one. All right, the flu one. All right. So hey, I almost got the flu one year. All right, but that was because of pressuring from a family member, and something ended up working out where I didn't even have my ID or something on me, and they said, hey, we can't give you this if you don't have it, and they ended up forgetting about it, and I never ended up getting it. All right, and that's before I was in the truth. So the Most High must have made it to where I didn't get that. All right, because we know all things are orchestrated by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, even though I didn't know him at the time, all right, he knew me. There's no cure for polio, but it can be prevented by the thing. Mostly affecting children, the virus typically causes muscle weakness and paralysis, and in the most serious cases, permanent disability or death. All right, it says New York State Health Department says it aims to boost the rates from the current statewide average of about 79 to above 90%. All right, and I don't know about that number because, yeah, see right here, an inactive polio thing is used in both U.S. and the U.K. in parts of routine childhood program. In the U.S., about 93% of toddlers have received at least 3 doses of the polio thing, according to the that word almost said it data from the CDC. All right, so a lot of people already gotten this. If you're a kid, more than likely you got this. All right, unless you were homeschooled. All right, unless you were homeschooled, because in order to go to school, they basically treat you like an animal. You need your immunizations. All right, need to get you all your up to date on all your things. All right, and this is one of the things that they make you get, as well as the chickenpox one. All right, so hey, anyway, that's enough with that article. We're gonna grab some scriptures and then we're gonna close out. So just a short little lesson today. But hey, man, this should all the things that we're seeing that are directly correlating to scriptures should be sounding alarm bells in your head. But hey, you're not gonna get it. Why? Because the Most High doesn't want you to get it. All right, it's only for the elect to get it this time. All right, that's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. We can't be 100% sure, but the only people that are going to get this truth and understand it and actually truly believe in it are the elect. All right, this is 2nd Esdras 16:19 through 20. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. All right, what is amendment? All right, let's grab the definition of that.
Amendment.
All right, none of those are the definition. Yeah, none of those are the definition here. It's using Esau's definition of amendment, alright? Ah. Yeah, Blue Letter Bible, they don't do the Apocrypha, do they? You know what? Alright, give me a minute. I don't know if it's going to be in here. Alright. Alright, yeah, that works. Alright. Yeah, see, that's, this works. This works right here. Alright, so hey, let's read it again. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Alright, first let's get scourge. What is a scourge? Alright.
Scourge.
Scourge. Alright, Slakia. Alright, an affliction, bane, a curse, a plague, a menace, an evil, a misfortune. Alright. A suffering. Alright, a misery, a torment. Alright, so it's sent as a torment, alright, for amendment, alright, to change something, alright, to correct a fault, alright, and the fault is, the wickedness and the iniquity that's going on in society, alright, so behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as a correction, to basically say, hey, stop all this wickedness and stop all this, iniquity, alright, and the sin. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Alright, so hey, so for all these things, the Babylonians and the rest of the world that have drank of the cup of Babylon, alright, they're not going to be mindful of those things. What does it mean to be mindful? Mindful means to heed, to be aware of, alright, so to be aware of, opposite is heedless, alright, heedful of, alright, heedful of, careful of, wary of, chary of, alright, awoke, alright, awake to, alright. says, nor always be mindful of the scourges. All right, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All right, so these people aren't going to, no matter what happens. All right, their houses could be all on fire, and it's not gonna. The Most High is not in their mind. All right. Let's get that. Was it thoughts or mind? Let's see, mind. That's not it. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's they said God. All right, Psalms 10 and 4. The wicked, all right, the wicked being Esau, Edom, though the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. All right, so hey, their house could be on fire, and they're not going to think, oh, it's the Most High that's doing it to me. All right, they're going to think it's something else. All right, so hey, and that's the state of a lot of you Jake too, because a lot of you Jakes are atheists as well as you other nations, or you're believing in false gods. All right, so but a lot of you aren't even believing. Now you just don't believe in any god. All right. So they say religion's going down. Nobody even believes in a power, no, let alone a false power. They don't even believe in a false power. They just believe in nothing now. They think you just die and just that's it. Stick a stake in the ground. There you go. All right. There are still a lot of people that believe in false gods as well. All right, but the atheism is on all-time rise, man. So you don't even believe in anything, man. Damn. 2 Esdras 15 and 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right, so hey, this is what's coming for you people, man. This is what's coming for you human beings, you worldly human beings, you Babylonians, all right, you modern Egyptians, all right, you Romans, all right, so to speak, all right. So, second Ed, the Romans were Edomites, all right. In case you stumbled across this lesson, you don't know, all right. And we know that Babylon is the modern Egypt, the spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, Gomorrah, all right. 2 Esdras 15 and 49. Then we're gonna close out. You know what? Did I accidentally read the wrong one? I had it double. Hey, we'll just read it again. All right. So hey, 2 Esdras 15 and 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, sword being destruction, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right, so hey, we're seeing these things. These things are directly prophesied. All right, so hey, you can see the sign. You can't see the signs of the time. All right, and the signs of his coming. All right, but you can tell when there's going to be, when the sky is red and lowering. Hey, there'll be foul weather, but you can't tell the signs of the time. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so hey, with that, I'm going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. I want to say shalom to you, Akim and Akwat out there that are pursuing this truth diligently. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until the next one, Lord willing, shalom.